Now, I'm looking at my budget and it's looking good, but my uncle told me over the summer that he wanted to help me with my dream. He didn't want me to sit back and not give it all I had. He had me drop a proposal about what I wanted to do from start to finish, which was a lot of work, but hey, if it'll get me a sponsor, I'll do it.
I just reviewed my nephew Tramel's proposal, and I would just like to help him record a CD and impart to him some of my business experience and exposure. This will help him stay focused and not to waste his time or my money.
Now, one of the things about Uncle Joe is he will make you work for whatever it is you're trying to get. He will make you work hard.
Right. But I just want to be sure and clear as to how you have decided to use this dollar amount. You know, I want to know if you're going to use it for printing purposes, for contact, materials. But I just think I just want to be able to.
Okay, but listen here, Unc. It's called the bundle package. So that means I get the posters, I get the CDs, I get the flyers, plus I get registered with iTunes, Napster, CD Baby, so that way it's digital. So I'm registered. Somebody types into Google, Yahoo, Candy on Tuesday pops up.
Yeah, well, this looks good, but still, you know, right here on this line here, where as you say, the printing budget, I think that's a little excessive. I think you need to reduce that down somewhat, you know, to begin with, because before you're going to be spend most of your capital right here on the printing. Well, okay, what about this here on this line you got right here, whereas you say you want to print some flyers. Do you think you need flyers right away?
I mean, but you can get it through the website. You can see with the fans, you can see at the shows, and it's just going to take time.
You know, there's such a thing as called sweat equity. That means you showing me what you have invested in this, and I'm supporting you in that vein. Is that you showing me you serious about this CD, you know, and I want to see some results along the way. I just read your proposal about producing this CD. I want you to tell it to me as if I have no concept of the music industry.
Again?
Yeah, again. Just like I'm somebody that has no idea how this thing's supposed to work. Reduce it down to the lowest common denominator.
But finally, we come to an agreement. He's going to pay for my CD package. When I get my songs recorded and I want to ship them off and get the CDs and posters, etc. sent back, he's going to pay for that part. So that was well worth it. So me and Uncle Joe part on good terms. He's headed back to Chicago. I get to head home and relax after that long board meeting with my uncle. And now I can get to the fun stuff. I wanted to go to Day 3 Productions because Day 3 Productions ran by Ben Walski is pretty reasonable price-wise, especially for me. So I think you get like 10 hours, $200, which is great. I mean, really good. Now Ben Walski is he's actually an audio engineer for a television station, but he does this on the side. Really nice guy, really cool. Jordan did like an amazing job laying down the song, and Jordan and I, we did Happy. So I'm halfway to my goal, 2 more songs down. Now when I'm in the recording process, I really like to take it easy because recording is like the most stressful thing to me. So I really like to take it easy when I'm not at the studio. And that's probably when I hang out with Gabbi the most, because Gabbi is like television.
Blonde hair. You know how girls have like the matching yellow earrings, matching yellow, necklace, the beads, and the yellow shoes and the spandex. I mean, I wear spandex today, that's different. I don't wear it every day, you know what I'm saying?
It's always something on. She's funny, witty, smart, and so I really just like, chilling with her just for a little bit. And then we lay back and You know, we talk a little bit, and then sometimes we just lay there for like hours, and that's just really relaxing.
Tramel's going to the studio tomorrow. Hopefully he'll listen to something I said and just, you know, take all the advice I gave him. But, you know, everything will come together, you know.
So the next part of the recording, I'm going to do the song Butterfly. And I called a friend of mine, Craig Ingram, who's a really clean guitar player. And so that's why I asked him to help me out, and he's busy as well. But he said he wanted to help with the project because I've been trying to do this for a couple of years now, and he knows how that feels.
I was going to talk just a little bit about the effects that I'm going to use today and kind of the way that the recording has kind of evolved a little bit. Really, I'm just going to run acoustic today, but also I'm going to be doing some electric too. But I'm using a processor that's all built around modeling. And the neat thing about that is that before, when you needed a certain amp sound, if you wanted a Marshall sound, you'd have to go buy a Marshall. If you needed a Vox sound, you'd want to go buy a Vox. If you want a Fender sound, you go buy a Fender, and then you kind of rotate those out in the studio, and you can still certainly do that. And that's the authentic sound. But to approximate those kind of tones, we can use a modeling box, which is basically just a digital recreation of all those kind of different tones. And the neat thing about it really is they put them in a lot of compact pedals now. So for example, if I want to run a 62 Fender, with, a plexi head or something like that from, a 1970 something plexi head Marshall, then I can put those two together and meld those tones just within a software. Whereas for about, a few $100, $500, something like that, when usually, analog pieces of those kind of gear it's going to cost thousands of dollars, and for somebody like me, that's just kind of out of my reach. But since we're all going direct, we're running straight into the recording, I suspect there's more and more people that are using this kind of technology. And it's nice for somebody like me because I don't have the money to go out and spend and do all that kind of stuff, but it's really great to be able to recreate the tones, and I'm really constantly impressed with the way it kind of evolves and the tones that you get. I mean, when you put them up, note for note, it's kind of hard to distinguish, so the technology is definitely getting better, and it's getting less and less expensive to do.
Well, the great thing about the music industry now is that since everything is on computers, you can go from anywhere from something extremely cheap using open source software all the way up to as much as you want to spend using something like Pro Tools, or even something even more expensive than that, just to get the sound that you want. One nice thing is, with the way technology is coming, the gap from the low end to the high end is starting to shrink, where people can actually afford to do it on their own through anything like GarageBand for Macintosh, or there's some open source stuff like Audacity, where someone can, if they know what they're doing, they can record on their own and mix it on their own. So it's just become a nice affordable way for just about anyone to start to do what they want to do.